Welcome to the Investors Trading Academy talking glossary of financial terms and events. Our word of the day is futures contract. The terms futures contract and futures refer to essentially the same thing. For example, you might hear somebody say they bought oil futures, which means the same thing as oil futures contract. If you want to get really specific, you could say that a futures contract refers only to the specific characteristics of the underlying asset, while futures is more general and can also refer to the overall market, as in, he's a futures trader. The assets often traded in futures contracts include commodities, stocks and bonds. Grain, precious metals, electricity, oil, beef, orange juice and natural gas are traditional examples of commodities. But foreign currencies, emissions, credits, bandwidth and certain financial instruments are also part of today's commodity markets. There are two kinds of futures traders, hedgers and speculators. Hedgers don't usually seek a profit by trading commodities futures, but rather seek to stabilize the revenues or costs of their business operations. Their gains or losses are usually offset to some degree by a corresponding loss or gain in the market for the underlying physical commodity. For example, if you plan to grow 500 bushels of wheat next year, you could either grow the wheat and then sell it for whatever the price is when you harvest it, or you could lock in the price now by selling a futures contract that obliges you to sell 500 bushels of wheat after the harvest for a fixed price. By locking in the price now, you eliminate the risk of falling wheat prices. On the other hand, if the season is terrible and the supply of wheat fails, prices will probably rise later. But you will only get what your contract entitled you to. If you're a bread manufacturer, you might want to purchase the wheat futures contract to lock in prices and control your costs. However, you might end up overpaying or hopefully underpaying for the wheat, depending on where the prices actually are when you take delivery of the wheat.